Hi, I'm Capt Frank Lanier, a retired Coast Guard officer and SAMS Accredited Marine Surveyor with over 40 years of experience in the maritime and diving industry. I've amassed literally thousands of photos of all the bad things I've found on boats during my career as a Marine Surveyor. So what we're going to do today is take a look at some of my favorites. We're going to take a look at each picture. We're going to discuss why they're evil, and we're going to discuss what you need to do to correct it. So hop in, buckle up, keep your arms and legs inside the car at all times as we take a carnival-like ride tour through the cavalcade of owner-induced perversions that I like to call Captain Frank's Sea Chest of Horror. Sea Chest of Horror. The question this picture brings to mind is exactly how many wires can you connect to one battery post? More than you should, as this photo aptly illustrates. ABYC recommendations call for no more than 4 conductors to be secured to any one terminal stud. A better option here would be to relocate the connections to an appropriately sized fuse or breaker panel rather than wiring directly to the battery. While common sense dictates that, unlike shown in this photo, an AC power plug has to be mounted, many do-it-yourselfers don't know that residential style copper wiring, the solid Romex stuff, is not recommended for use on board vessels. Solid wire is susceptible to breakage due to vibration, and that's the reason why marine-grade wire is always constructed of multi-stranded copper wire. Yes, we all know that battery switches need to be mounted, but does that mean the structure the switch is mounted on has to be mounted as well? Isn't the intent of the requirement still met regardless? This is obviously the type of philosophical question this boat owner felt should be left up to someone else. Not only was the board that the battery switch was mounted on just loose and flopping around, the battery itself is not secured, and it was flopping around too. In case you're wondering, this is what a properly mounted battery switch looks like. Here we have a hose clamp being used to secure a bonding wire to a seacock, an installation that is as ineffective as it is unorthodox. While the pros and cons of having a bonding system installed are often debated, particularly among surveyors, one thing is certain. If you have one installed, all connections must be tight and corrosion-free for the system to work properly. One that's improperly installed or poorly maintained with a lot of corrosion on the connectors and stuff will provide the worst of both to bond or not to bond worlds. And yep, that seacock handle's looking pretty gnarly too, but that's a topic for another episode.